Hi everyone. Hi. Finally. I should be live, I think. I hope. I don't know. We'll see. Let me check something real quick. Okay. Awesome. Looks good. Everything looks fine. Just fine, if I may say so. Alrighty. Okay, cool. And I think I am live because Zeno or Zeno has joined. Hi. And der Rockshop. Pascal. Der liebe Pascal. Hi. Na, freut mich, dass du da bist. Carl. Hi. How are you doing? Awesome. Long time no see, actually. Last stream was in January. Yeah, that's quite a while ago. Salutations from Belfast, Northern Ireland. Hi. So is it Abe or is it Abe? Abe? I think it's Abe. Froman, right? I hope I'm not butchering names here, but sometimes it's difficult for me to pronounce things correctly because I don't know how to pronounce them correctly. Rachel, hi. Thank you for tuning in, and to everyone else, of course. So, hope you are doing great. And, you know, you had a great day. So, last month I also wanted to stream because, like I said before, in previous streams, I actually want to stream every month, at least once. That's my plan, but last month I didn't feel like streaming, to be honest, in late February because of the Ukraine war. And it just didn't feel right to stream for me because I actually set up the stream originally, I think, for February 25th or 26th or so, like 1 or 2 days after the war started. But I set the stream up days before the war began, and no one knew that that was gonna happen, obviously. So, yeah, didn't feel right. But now I'm glad I'm back. And, ja. Freut mich auch, nebenbei nehme ich noch Demos fürs neue Album auf. Ja, cool. Ich bin ja sehr gespannt drauf. Ich freue mich da schon drauf. Hör mal. I'm also doing great. I can't complain, to be honest. I mean, there are always things that could be better, of course, but let's be honest, there are people suffering from way more serious things than most people do at the moment. So, yeah. Considering the overall worldwide circumstances, I'm doing fine, luckily. Hope you are doing fine too, of course. Hope you do too. Okay. Metal Puppet, hi. Justine Thompson, hi. Mr. Foreman, your table is ready. Right this way. Sounds cool. Sarek 2CA. Was that pronounced correctly? I don't know. Hello from Ottawa. Hi. Cool. Been too long since I last watched one of your videos. Miss you. Thank you very much for tuning in again. That's a great pleasure, actually, and that's highly appreciated. Thank you very much. Glad you're back. Hope you all appreciated and enjoyed my, well, appreciated sounds strange to say, but I mean, hope you all enjoyed my last 2 videos about Rammstein again, because I know that most of you love those videos, and I love making them too, so yeah. That was a pleasant surprise, wasn't it? Zeit by Rammstein, out of nowhere. It was just there, out in the open. And I really love the song. I mean, musically speaking, to be honest, it's nothing overly special compared to what they usually do. But lyrically speaking, I think Till really outdid himself with that one. It's really thought-provoking, it's really philosophical even, and that is some fine art, to be honest, I think. Yeah. Really enjoy this channel. Did you know Rammstein cancels playing Belfast? Oh no. No, I didn't. Sorry about that. You know, I have, I think, 7 concerts this year that are planned at the moment, but none of them is Rammstein. You know, in my lifetime, which is like almost 31 years, I didn't manage a single time to catch Rammstein live. I couldn't manage to buy tickets last time because I was too slow, apparently, or others were too quick, you know, depending on how you want to see that. And yeah, it was really tough. Wow, thank you very much. Thank you. Have a small beer on me. Love the Rammstein videos. Thank you very much. By the way, I hope it works this time. Let me see if it did or does. Because I actually changed the donation goal that you see down here a little bit. Like right here. Because it didn't update last time. And, you know, it works. Awesome. Because this right now is bound to the super chat donations. So, and when people donate via PayPal, for instance, that is of course greatly appreciated as well. Because as you might be able to see here, that donation goal counter is for paying off my student debt. And, you know, back in the day, like a couple of years ago, I studied the German language at university. And that was pretty much also one of the inspirations for this channel. So I thought, you know, I don't know, just set it up. If people want to contribute to that, that is totally cool, of course. All is voluntary. You know, don't feel obliged or forced to donate or participate in that, of course. If you don't want to or if you can't, don't feel ashamed. That is very important to me when it comes to like donations and that kind of support. But of course, on the other hand, if you want to contribute and if you want to help me out with this, because yeah, paying that off, that is pretty much, as you can see here, it is a bit to go, but yeah, just wanted to offer that. So thank you very much, Abe. What was it? The Sausage King of Chicago. Like that's literally and legit my biggest fear, butchering names. Honestly. So thank you very much once again. It's a joke from a popular movie here. Okay. Ich habe alles mein Deutsch vergessen. But that sounds quite right. Although, you know, in German you would say, well, you could say it in different ways, but you might want to say, yeah. Just gonna type that into the chat for you guys. This. I really enjoyed them. I was happy to see that I understood it well. Love your videos. Thank you very much, Benjamin. Hi. Long-time viewer as well. Always appreciate it when you guys tune in. That's really cool. I was lucky to see Rammstein in Montreal and Toronto. Awesome. Lucky you. I really need to manage seeing them live at some point. I really need to. Like with this year, with seeing Porcupine Tree live for the first time, with seeing the Red Hot Chili Peppers live for the first time, I pretty much have seen all my favorite bands live. Pretty much all of them. There are 1 or 2 left that I haven't seen live yet, that I, didn't get around to see live, including Rammstein. They are on my bucket list for sure. So maybe at some point in the future I can make it to one of their shows. That would be rad. That would be that would make my year basically. Yeah. So, trying to catch up real quick. Set was awesome. I'm always pleasantly surprised with Rammstein, but kind of not surprised because they always do amazing videos. They sure do. Yes. Like, especially in recent years, the production value and the production quality of their music videos is unparalleled, I would actually say, because especially Deutschland, that video is astonishing. Like, that is almost Hollywood-like, to be honest. I was really blown away by that. Dave, my last comment, by the way. That's a nice icon next to your name, Chencho. Appreciate it, of course. My last comment was too long. You should raise your rates, as you are one of the greatest language teachers I've ever come across besides myself. Thank you very much. And you're also a language teacher. That is so cool. Awesome. And thank you very much for the kind words. Really appreciate it. Yeah. You know what? When it comes to YouTube, my all-time goal is to get to 100k subscribers at some point, maybe. I know that's difficult because what I'm doing is sort of like niche content. I know that, I'm well aware of that, but still, I would really enjoy that. Yeah, not gonna lie. But I'm also really grateful for 48k subscribers. Justine, you have good taste. Thank you very much. Thank you very much from Oh Well. That's a nice name. I thought schooling was free in Germany. Met a guy who sends his son to Hamburg to study neuroscience. That's an interesting field of study. And said he saved 50,000 a year. Okay. Yeah. Why not? Thank you very much for the donation, for the tip. That is greatly appreciated. Dankeschön. Can't open my mead, my honey wine. Fuck. I'm sorry. Don't want to swear. Okay. Sometimes the lid really gets stuck with those bowls. I don't know why. So, this one is for you guys. For your continued support and your comments, your likes, your, showing up to live streams and that kind of stuff. That is, yeah. I actually thought about that the other day because in like 2 weeks from now, I've been doing this for 7 years. So, but still every single time I'm doing live streams and communicating with you, especially live, like being in a live interaction with you guys like this one, I'm always, every single time, I'm just happy and I appreciate that direct conversation, right? Because it's, yeah, it's so cool. And also, to think that and to realize basically that you guys come from different parts of the world and we all come together here in this stream, even though we live so many miles apart and kilometers and everything else. That just astounds me every single time. Wow. Thank you very much, Justine. Thank you very much. You're so kind, guys. Thank you very much. And I'm really glad that this works, because I was really worried that I had to reset everything and, you know, yeah. But I finally found a way to make it work. I look a bit reddish, though. Like, not like reddish, but reddish. Cheers to you guys. This one's for you. So, gonna catch up again. Sometimes I keep talking too much. Then I sort of lose track for a moment. But don't you worry. I'm always trying to catch up with you guys in the chat. Okay, so you have a good taste. Yes, she has. Oh, I hope you manage it. I've seen them live twice in London and once in Munich. Ich drücke meine Daumen für dich. Vielen Dank. By the way, that's the German equivalent to crossing one's fingers. In German, when we want to wish someone luck with something, we don't say, or we don't do this, we do this. We press our thumbs, or our thumb, right? Wir drücken die Daumen. That's pretty much the literal translation. We press our thumbs. And I don't know why that's a difference, to be honest. Like, culturally speaking, why that difference exists. I guess there are plausible reasons for it, but I don't know. Same with, you know, showing numbers. The German way of showing numbers, the number 3, versus, what is it? This, right? In America. I don't know why those differences exist, to be honest, but I've always found them to be really fascinating. Ich habe einmal Deutsch vergessen. Might be easier to see them in North America. Unfortunately, I'm not as enamored with Till Solo work. I wasn't too much into the the first Lindemann album, to be honest. Was it Skills and Pills? The first one? I think so. Wasn't the biggest fan of that, to be honest. I liked a few tracks, but I just really listened to it 3 times, maybe 4 times, and just didn't grab me enough. But thank you very much. Which currency is that? SAR. SAR. Thank you very much. That's greatly appreciated. So, good night, sir. I'm going to have a drink of Guinness and a malt whiskey whilst listening to some Rammstein. Your English is excellent and I admire your talent. Thank you very much. And of course, enjoy your Guinness and Rammstein. I still need to send you some Canadian snacks. Yeah, feel free to, of course. You can find my PO box address in each video description. And I also want to make more, food test tasting, review kind of videos whenever you guys send me stuff. That is something that I would like to do every now and then in the future. So, yeah. So I can also give my personal opinion on them and pretty much compare them. Pretty much compare them to stuff that we have in Germany, for instance. Might be interesting for you guys as well. So that would be cool, definitely. I can't open my meat. Tries to unzip pen. I see what you did there. Pascale. I swear to when I can't open my booze, yeah. See? But it's interesting, now that I think about it, when when something like that happens, something doesn't work right away, these days I usually tend to swear in English as opposed to swearing in German. Sometimes, at least. So, I don't know why. The F word is only a swear word to a native English speaker. Is that so? Okay. Oh, the German words I learned on Kick. What is it? What is it? Kick? We have a textile store, like a textile store chain in Germany that's called Kick. But I don't know what Kick is, though. Oh well. Feel free to tell us. Sorry, wanna catch up here. Where was I? Ah, there. Deutschland is definitely Rammstein's thriller moment. It's epic and emotional. Here's to student debt and chipping away at. Justine, that is... Wow, thank you. Thank you very, very, very much. Vielen Dank. Thanks a lot. Rachel, have you ever considered tutoring? I'd love to have you as a teacher. Your style and patience is amazing. Thank you very much for that as well. I thought about tutoring, but the thing is, I just don't really have the time, sadly, to do that because YouTube isn't my, my main activity, so to speak, even though I wouldn't mind it becoming my main job, so to speak, but and also, filming the videos, editing the videos, writing the scripts for the videos, that all takes a lot of time. And I don't want to complain, don't get me wrong. It just takes a lot of time to do that. And besides that, and besides meeting friends, meeting family members, doing podcasts. You might know that I also have a podcast which is called The German Podcast. Easy title to remember. And it's available on Spotify, Apple, and pretty much on all different, common platforms, apps for podcasts. And it's a podcast in German. So it's pretty much a podcast for native speakers, but also for people like you, for instance, who want to learn German or who are interested in the German language and culture and German, opinions on things and life in Germany, that kind of stuff, German culture. And yeah, so, and that's always fun as well, but of course that also takes some time. And I also have to, I want to do a few things as well in the future that are also quite time consuming. So I won't rule out to, torture, to tutor, not to torture. Sorry. I won't really rule out to, be doing some tutoring in the future, but it's not planned as of now. So sadly, but I appreciate your interest in that, of course. And if I'm ever going to be able to do something like that and to offer something like that, I will let you guys know, of course. What I thought about is, and what I might do at some point in the future is to hand out, or to offer worksheets for you guys for people who are interested in that, for a little fee, for instance. And I'm creating the sheets. I'm gonna send it to you, and you can fill them out, send them back to me, and I can correct them and pretty much evaluate what you did well and what you should take care of, which things to improve, for instance, and that kind of stuff. I could see that fit more than giving whole tutoring lessons in comparison. But I don't know if people are interested in that, though. I mean, maybe I have to do, or I have to make a video about that at some point, just asking you guys if you would be interested in that. Me doing certain worksheets about different topics regarding the German language. And but then again, the other problem with that is that I don't know, I honestly don't know how much, what the average or a fitting fee would be for doing that, because I just don't know that. I have no experience in creating worksheets, handing them out. And that is difficult for me to really grasp, right? And that is always also another reason why I prevented, or that kept me from offering that before. Simply for the fact that I don't know how much to charge for that. I don't know. But we'll see. I'm gonna let you guys know if there is something coming up. And so that was a long answer. I'm sorry. Dave Munn, I've learned more German from you than I ever did in any university, including the University of Michigan, Georgetown University, the College of William and Mary. Ah, I see. Wow. Okay, that's quite a compliment. Thank you. Blushing? Maybe. Dave, you should be happy that you're not in the United States. I'm 52 years old. 62. And wow, Asperger, hi. Hi. Thanks for tuning in. Long time no see, actually. I think the last time you actually were at work, as far as I remember, that was in the January stream, I think. So I'm really, really happy to have you back in the stream. Hope you are doing well. And everything else, of course, the cats and life and everything. As strange as it can be sometimes, but yeah. So let me get back to your comment real quick. Is it, by the way, is it Chensho? Is Chensho correct? I'm 62 years old and I still have an outstanding student loan of 50,000. Wow. Of course, I'm never going to pay it. I mean, I guess in Germany, students can be quite lucky in comparison to other parts of the world, and I'm well aware of that. So in Germany, as you can see, right, where is it? Right here, that is my total student debt that I still have to pay at some point. So that is comparatively a little amount. Of course, it's much, it's a high amount, but comparatively and comparing it to, I guess, as far as I know, parts of the United States at least, where student, loans, student debts can be much higher. I guess we can call ourselves lucky in Germany. So I've always been fascinated by how expensive it seems to be to study in the US compared to Germany. I mean, as you can see in Germany, you might also have to invest quite some money. Of course, also depends on how long you want to study something or you need to study something. But yeah, I don't know why that difference exists, though. Maybe it has something to do with the university system or the I don't know. Yeah, it's a good question, actually. It's an interesting topic. If you guys know more about that, feel free to let me know. And by the way, once again, thank you very much to... Is it Eric Kyer? Eric Iyer? Thank you very much for 50 SAR. I don't know what SAR is, though. Saudi Arabia. Ah, okay. Yeah, makes sense. The abbreviation definitely makes sense. Thank you very much. Have you checked out the new Muse song? Not yet. I actually learned that they released a new one. Was it today or yesterday or so? And I think they also announced a new album, which is titled something like Will of the People, as far as I know. I don't know. And by the way, thank you very much for your compliment, Eric. Eric Iyer. I don't know. Thank you very much. That is greatly appreciated. You know, it's really motivational when someone actually says, not gonna lie, it's really motivational when someone says they enjoy one's content and what they do on YouTube, for instance, or on other platforms. For creators, that is really motivational. So that is always highly appreciated, of course. Puerto Rico welcomes you. I mean, I would love to go to Puerto Rico at some point in my life, definitely. Is there anything from Canada you wanted to try? Yeah, I mean, I don't know too much about Canadian sweets and candy and that kind of stuff, but everything that's different from, or that differs from what we have in Germany, that is interesting to me, to be honest. So, yeah. Thank you very much, Asperger. Thank you. Whew. Getting hot in here. I don't know why. So, assalamu alaikum. Yes, alaikum salam. By the way, I'm not Arabic and I'm not Turkish, even though people keep asking me that. I'm not. Not that I would have anything against being that, of course, but just saying I'm not. I'm German, yeah. I have French ancestors, but that's pretty much about it. Like, I have French and German ancestors. I don't speak French, though, but it's definitely a beautiful country. I've only been to France once, though, because my ancestors are long gone. Like, that was a couple of generations ago from my father's side. And I've only been to France once, which was in southern France at the Côte d'Azur. And that's a lovely place to hang out. Not gonna lie. I was blown away by how blue the water was down there, or is. Because that's different in Germany. I mean, we also have blue water here and there, but not as blue as, it's called Côte d'Azur. Like, or is it Azur? Azur? I don't know. Azur Blau. Azur blue. Like, the really, this, how should I put it? a specific type of blue, let me put it this way. So a strong type of blue, and I love that. I grew up learning also French-Canadian swear words. Ah, okay. Kik is a messenger app. I see. By the way, Baphomet, I saw your donation, but I was too slow to read it in time. I'm really sorry. Hope you can forgive me. But thank you very, very much for your donation. That is really, really appreciated, of course. Danke dir. 2010, 2011 exchange student in Aschaffenburg. Ah, okay. Lovely city. Recommend Devil's Kitchen and Dead End Bar. Also much love for Bavarian beer. Gotta be honest, I've never been to Bavaria yet in my life. Yes, I have never been there yet. Even though I really want to go. And I haven't really been to southern Germany at all, to be honest, in my life yet. I mean, I've been to... But I think it's still Rhineland-Palatinate. I don't think it's even... Like, it's southwest of Germany. It's more southern than where I live, in the Sauerland region in West Germany. But it's not really that much into the south of Germany. So I haven't really been there yet. That's definitely something that I want to explore at some point. So yeah. And Hadi Vanessa, hi. Hello from Michigan. Hi from Germany. How are you doing? Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Rachel, today. Yes, I totally understand. I've taught English as a foreign language. It's not easy. The worksheet sounds good. Thank you, though. Yeah, I'm gonna let you know once I'm gonna have them ready. If I'm gonna have them ready soonish. I don't know when, to be honest, really. Yeah. You know, the fee thing. What to charge for that, that's pretty much one of the biggest barriers, if you want to call it that, for me to really come up with that idea and to really offer that publicly. So we'll see. And by the way, once again, Asperger, I will definitely take Dave's Zoom class. That is great to hear. Okay. Worksheets, forget that noise, charge a lot. No, you know, the thing is, I don't want to charge too much, but of course it has to be in balance with the effort that I have to put into that and the time. So that is pretty much the rule of thumb there for me personally, because it has to make sense in a way. But yeah, we'll see. I just don't know yet. I really like the idea of doing that, you know, doing worksheets, but we'll see. I've recently processed my last payment to university. Me studying audio engineering has cost me and my family around 20k in total. Wow. Yes, not too much in comparison to most educational stuff in the US, but it's still a lot of money. But I mean, you know, when you do something that you really love, and in that case, that is something that you love. I know you're a extraordinary musician and you really are passionate about that. That is cool. And that's also cool from your family if they can help you out with that and if they can support you with that stuff. So, yeah. Germans pay more tax, cheaper education and healthcare. Yeah. At least from what I've heard. The Juju! Oh, sorry. I didn't want to scream. That might have been a bit loud. I'm sorry. But, hi Drew. Wie geht's dir, hör mal? Good evening, greetings and goodbye. Too much university stuff to do as always, but want to drop by for 2 seconds. Thank you. That is greatly appreciated. And let's talk again on WhatsApp soon. Definitely. Real maple syrup. That would be an interesting idea. definitely. Yeah, wouldn't say no to that. US University swindle. I don't know. I mean, I've never been to the university or to a university in the US. I've only been to a German university, so I can't compare. But yeah, sometimes it's really like for Germans, at least for some, I guess, it's really difficult to compare the German school names, you know, the different schooling levels and types of schools with typical and common English names and types. For instance, you know, the difference between high school and college. It's not so obvious for me as a German to really know which one is which and what is what, and you know how they compare necessarily, because you know, back in the day we had, like, after elementary school we had 3 basic school forms basically. The first one being die Hauptschule, the main school literally, which was pretty much comparatively the lowest one, even though not a bad one of course, but comparatively the lowest one. Then we had die Realschule, literally speaking the real school, which is the middle school basically, like mid-level education. And then you would have something that we call das Gymnasium. Not to be confused with the English gymnasium though. It's not a gym, it's das Gymnasium, which is grammar school as far as I'm concerned. But how to compare that to high school and college, that's sometimes really, like, I've always struggled with that, to be honest. Because maybe you can't really compare both systems one by one. Maybe that is the solution to the problem, which isn't a proper solution. I don't know. Ashley, hi! Thanks for tuning in. How are you doing? I don't have much time, but I want just to say hi. Vielen Dank for your Rammstein videos especially. That's greatly appreciated. Love making them for you guys. Thank you very, very much for your kind comments and your kind feedback. Because as I've said before, that is really motivational and that is really, really appreciated. I'm a Mexican Rammstein hardcore fan working in Arabia. Okay. I really appreciate all the effort you put in your videos. Thank you very much. Because sometimes, you know, videos, especially also including the Rammstein lyric videos, they can take quite some time once, like, until they are done and finished. Because I have to, you know, I have to cope with the lyrics in a detailed way, which takes some time. I have to note certain details and certain things that I want to highlight and address in the video. And pretty much for all my videos, I write scripts so that I won't miss something that I want to mention or that needs to be mentioned. There are a few videos for which I don't do scripts, for instance, reaction videos, but because they are pretty much done on the spot. So that is not as much effort, but compared to, like, for instance, Rammstein lyric videos, they can take quite some time, a few hours, until they are ready and done. And once again, don't get me wrong, I don't want to complain, just want to, you know, give you guys a little behind the scenes information, if you want to put it that way, because I guess people, when they aren't creators themselves, they don't really have a feeling for how long sometimes, you know, making a video can take. Doesn't have to take all the time, but can take. And so that is really appreciated. Yeah. By the way, I'm really sorry, guys. I'm a bit behind the chat. I know. Hope you don't mind. I'm trying to catch up. Don't worry. You're drinking straight room temperature spirits. That's temperature getting warm. Yeah, probably. That's why the temperature is getting warm. Yeah. That's a good point. Cheers, Justine, to you. Zarek, I've never been to the Europa Park, but it's der Europa Park. It's a masculine noun because der Europa Park is a compound word. It consists of two nouns in this case, das Europa, which is a neuter noun, das Europa, and it's der Park. It's a masculine noun. And pretty much for most compound words in German, it's the last part that determines the gender of the whole compound word. So in this case, because it's der Park, it's der Europa Park as a whole. It's also a masculine noun. So it's der Europa Park. But I've never been there. Fun fact, I studied guitar in Aschaffenburg and played Galaxies and Introvertex there at our final concert. Oh, wow, nice. Which makes Aschaffenburg the first city to hear Alternative Ways music live. By the way, guys, Der Rock Shop, one of my mods here, and a dear friend of mine who I actually got to know through Rammstein in 2019, we also made, I think, two collaborations regarding, Rammstein song quizzes, guessing Rammstein songs played in reverse, played backwards, and also guessing Rammstein songs with translated lyrics in English. Those are the two videos that we did, which was a lot of fun. Pascal, Der Rock Shop, he's a great friend, a really gentle soul, if I may say so. And he has a band which is called Alternative Ways. It's pretty much instrumental progressive rock, progressive metal, I think you could say. And it's great. And I'm not just saying that because he's my friend, but I'm saying that because it's legitimately a great type of music. Because you notice that, or you can't help but note that he put a lot of effort, he and his bandmates put a lot of effort in the arrangements, how certain things, are interwoven with each other and intertwined. So yeah, Alternative Ways. Feel free to check it out. And maybe at some point we will actually do another collaboration. Maybe also once again about Rammstein, we'll see. Because the first two ones were awesome. And he also made a video about the new Rammstein song Zeit, by the way, which you can also check out, because he, as a musician, he also gives another aspect about, or another point of view about the song and the band and what they do musically especially. Whereas, I'm usually focusing on the lyrical side of things. He is way more proficient when it comes to, expressing chords and chord changes, chord progressions, certain musical details in songs.
Welcome.
So, Maperification, that's an interesting name. Hi, welcome to the team. And yeah, feel free to check it out. Feel free to post the video, Pascal, if you want to. And he knows what he's talking about as well, like especially regarding music and music theory. He's the man. Da man. He is da man. Damen. Rhineland-Palatinate is awesome. A 20-minute car ride to France, too. Rothaus-Tannenzapfle was my favorite beer from Germany. I've heard about that, but I've never drunk that. No. I never drank that. And Rittersport with Knusperflakes are awesome. That's true. Hashtag not sponsored. Bob, hi. Dave, so nice to see you again. Hi, Bob. How are you? That's so cool. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're doing great. As well as all of you guys, of course. In Canada, we make a distinction. After high school, you can go to college for a diploma. Electrician, carpenter, bookkeeper, and university for degree for a profession like a lawyer, doctor, etc. Oh, I see. Okay. I also never know how to say high school in German, as I know Hochschule is another type of school. That is so confusing, isn't it? Because, as I've said before, it's not just Gymnasium and Gymnasium, which don't have anything in common, even though they are pretty much spelled the same, but they are false friends in German and English. In German, das Gymnasium is a grammar school. It's pretty much the highest school form that you can attend before going to university. So it's das Gymnasium is grammar school, not gymnasium. Gymnasium. And then you have die Hochschule is pretty much a form of secondary school as well, but it's pretty much a type of university, if you will. But it's not the same as a high school, if I understand it correctly. You know, high school and Hochschule, even though die Hochschule is a literal translation and equivalent of high school. Hochschule. High school. That's the literal equivalent. But as far as I know, as you said also, they don't seem to have too much in common. School-wise, like regarding the type of school. But I don't know. That is always confusing me. The different types of schools and, you know, different names for them in different countries, and sometimes I feel like you can't really compare all school forms in country or in one country to another country, which makes it harder to talk about them sometimes. But yeah, that's always kept bugging me, to be honest. I think maybe more like college for UK people. I know college in America is university in UK. College in America. See? Oh, that's so confusing. Maybe I'm just too dumb to see the lines, you know, to connect the dots, but I just find that so confusing. I don't know about you guys, how you think about that. Feel free to let me know. I'm great, I hope you're well too. Apologies if someone already asked, but are you planning to do a video breakdown of Zeit too? I would love to see you your take on the metaphors in there. Yeah, I mean, I definitely wouldn't mind doing that. I really didn't have the time to do that yet. That was the only thing. Like, so far I did a first reaction video about Zeit by Rammstein, the new Rammstein single, and I did a lyric explanation video, which is pretty much like the core type of video when it comes to Rammstein content on this channel, the lyric analysis, or the lyrical analysis and the lyrical breakdown. But the music video itself, it's highly metaphorical, of course, so yeah, I might do a video breakdown of that as well. But I can't promise, but maybe I'm gonna do that as well. By the way, I'm so much behind the chat. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm gonna catch up. Don't worry. I'm gonna catch up in a moment. I talk too much, I guess. Or you type too quick. Maybe both. No, it's my fault, of course. So, hey girl. Akinos, hi. Thanks for tuning in. Miss Clarissa! Wow, that is so cool. That is really cool. Thanks for tuning in. Laurelie, how are you doing? That's long time no see. And that is not meant as a complaint in any way, shape, or form. Don't get me wrong. I'm just happy that you're back, basically, and you're here. So, Miss Clarissa has been one of my OG members of the channel, if that makes sense. She's been there pretty much ever since the beginning of this channel in 2015. And she's awesome. Let me put it this way. I met her in 2017 when both me and Get Germanized, we had a meet and greet with some viewers in Cologne, for instance. That was really, really cool. I would really love to do that again at some point. And Miss Clarissa, she's been so supportive and grateful and, you know, just overall an awesome person and really likable. Really generous as well. Yeah, that is... So I'm really glad that you're here, and I hope you are doing well. Dave, your opening and closing statements need explanation. Sounds like Dutch to me. No, so my common opening phrase is Hallo zusammen, which pretty much means hello everyone. Literally speaking, it means hello together, but it means hello everyone. Hallo zusammen. It's kind of slang, it's kind of, you know, colloquial. So, hallo zusammen. Opening phrase. Gonna type that in for you guys into the chat. Hallo zusammen. Opening phrase. Hello everyone. Literally. Hello together. And my ending phrase is Tschüss und bis zum nächsten Mal, which means goodbye and until next time. Tschüss und bis zum nächsten Mal. And by the way, the first part of that, Tschüss, is the common or like the standard German word for saying goodbye. Tschüss. By the way, I'm not ending the stream, don't worry. Just gonna say that as an example. Tschüss und bis zum nächsten Mal. That means goodbye and see you, and until next time. That would be a more literal translation. Until next time. So I hope that helped. I'm always open for another collab. That's cool. Awesome. Thank you for all the kind words. Can give all the appreciation back. My boy. Here's my take on site. Yeah. And I'm really looking forward to meeting Pascal in person for the first time ever. Ever since we've known each other since 2019. Because of Deutschland by Rammstein, basically. And we're gonna meet for the first time in May, I think it is, at the Tool concert in Cologne. That's gonna be really, really cool. By the way, Asperger. Thank you very much once again. Wow. Just wow. I'm gonna get to your message in a moment, don't worry. So, by the way, the day before yesterday, when I actually recorded a new podcast episode, or when I actually uploaded the podcast episode 60, which is another one with my German dad. Let me post the link real quick. That's the Spotify link. Me and my dad actually decided to get some Ghost tickets. Yes, because I love the new Ghost album, Impera, and especially the song Kaiserion. By the way, Pascal, maybe that's also something for you, I don't know. Feel free to listen to the song Kaiserion. I think I actually sent that to you on WhatsApp the other day. Maybe you like it as well. I'm basically in love with that song, to be honest. It's been my catchy tune for a few days straight. And pretty much the entire rest of the album is awesome as well. I love Ghost. They play, if you don't know the band Ghost, they are a Swedish band who play mostly, I would say, rock or hard rock with some metal influences and a sort of 80s vibe to them, like 80s hard rock. They are dressed in like outfits, and the instrumental players are also dressed, they are all dressed as ghouls, so to speak, as, you know, demon-like creatures. And the singer is pretty much an anti-pope. So it's really, really captivating. They have a great stage presence. And yeah, so I'm gonna see Ghost live next month as well. That's gonna be my first bigger concert since 2019 when I went to Opeth with my dad in November. That was pretty much one of the last concerts I ever went to before the pandemic hit. So I'm really looking forward to that. Auf Wiedersehen, out of beer. Thanks for tuning in, Chencho, and thanks for your support once again. Thanks a lot. Cheers to you guys. Das Gymnasium. It's not Gymnasium for high school. Yeah, I don't know, to be honest, Laura Lee, because that's always confusing me a lot. Gymnasium, is Gymnasium rather high school, or is it college, or is college more similar to university? Die Universität in German, that is, or it's always confusing me. Nein. Also, in case someone feels inspired to now to check out alternative ways, yep, there's a link. What is the equivalent then? I thought it was Gymnasium. College-bound high school. That's another word. Wow. College-bound high school. It's interesting to see how many types of schools there are. Maybe it's just how should I put it? Maybe it's just fascinating, or as fascinating to me from my German perspective, and I guess for you guys it's natural, but it's really confusing for me as a German, to be honest. But maybe I'm just too dumb to really, you know, see the equivalences of all those school forms in German compared to English, or, you know, America, Canada, other parts of the world. So I keep missing your live streams. I finally caught you online. Thank you for your awesome videos. Thank you, Miss Clarissa, for being awesome, honestly. Yeah, that's just... By the way, Asperger, if you want to, I can make you a mod for the stream. Where was I? Hello, that was my... I feel your pain and struggle with time. I recently edited a video which is less than a minute. Took 4 days. See, that sometimes you definitely get what I mean. It's not always the case. I mean, it really depends on the type of video and what you want to film and how you want to edit that, of course. But sometimes even, you know, having a video that is, let's say, 5 minutes long, or... yeah, let's stick to 5 minutes maybe. A video that is 5 minutes long, that can take a couple of hours at least, at the minimum, when it comes to editing everything. You know, first of all, recording, editing, rendering the video, uploading the video, preparing the, you know, the video title, the video description, the tags, all the SEO stuff, you know, search engine optimization, and making the thumbnail. And once again, don't get me wrong, I don't want to complain in the slightest, because I'm doing that voluntarily, of course, and it's fun. But it can take quite some time sometimes. And especially, for instance, you know, as I've said before, something like the Rammstein videos, they can take quite some time until they are done, but it's always fun. Really, really don't want to complain. But yeah, I feel you, Asperger. I really feel you. That can take a lot of time. And that is something that, as I've said before, people that aren't creators don't really see all too often. And that is not meant as a complaint in any way, shape, or form, because how could they? Because when they don't make videos, they can't know, obviously. So, Bradley, hi! Thanks for tuning in. How are you? I'm definitely looking forward to finally meeting you. And Rick, yes, and my dad. He's also gonna be there. Yeah, that's gonna be cool. I'm really looking forward. Can't wait. Ich kann es kaum erwarten. Sorry. Hey, I'm sorry I was late today, but I will be seeing Rammstein in Philadelphia, hopefully. Bradley, I envy you. I really envy you. And all you guys who have Rammstein tickets, I envy you. I also want to see them live at some point. But it's so hard to get tickets in time, at least in Germany. So maybe, Pascal, if at some point in the future you might have certain, you know, connections maybe to, you know, ticket sellers or whatever, feel free to get a ticket for both of us, for both of us for Rammstein at some point. If you can manage to get them quicker than I did last time, because yeah, I couldn't get some. Even though I'm part of the fan club, the official one, which lets you get tickets, I think a day early compared to the public, as far as I'm concerned, didn't help. Still, you know, the contingent was sold out so quickly. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Chenjo, that was YouTube holding that back, the message. Baphomet, he is, or she is, or they are. Hallo Leute, my top 3 favorite Bavarian beers. Faustkreuzen? Schlappeseppel Export, that's a cool name. Schlappeseppel Export. And Faust Doppelbock. Gotta be honest, I've never heard of those beers yet, but they sound really intriguing. Cheers to Asperger9, and cheers to all you guys, and also Asperger9 and Miss Clarissa, and everyone being in this stream and supporting the channel, and being so cool, you know, being a cool person, a likable person. Because even though I only know many of you guys through, you know, streams and the comment section, I still, you know, have a feeling that you guys you're an awesome community to have, to be honest. Like, from my point of view, wow, thank you very much. That's a great sticker, by the way. The Foxy. Thank you very, very much. Asperger. Wow. Every single time. So what did I want to say? Like I said, from my creator's point of view, And I'm not saying that, you know, to I don't know. I'm basically saying that, let me put it this way, I'm saying that because I mean it. I couldn't ask for a cooler community, because comparing my community to communities that I see on other channels my size, or on like smaller channels, bigger channels, doesn't really matter, to be honest. I see that some communities can be quite, or like rather toxic and, I don't know, different, I guess. And I'm really, really glad that maybe it has to do with the niche, the type of niche stuff that I make about like languages and culture. Maybe it has to do with that. But I really, really feel that the community that I have, including you guys, it's always fun to hang around, you know, to be around you, even if it's just digitally. And like I said before, I really would like to have meet and greets with you guys. For instance, in the US at some point. Never been to the US, never really traveled in my life yet, like a whole lot. I've never been outside of Europe. I've only been outside of Germany twice. Didn't get around to do it. Didn't really have the financial needs in the past, and yeah, so I really would like to go to the US, for instance, and you know, meeting many of you guys there, of course, if it's possible and if it's feasible for you and for me, and at some point in the future. That it's a kitty. It's a foxy type of kitty, though. But it's, I like both. I like kitties. I like foxes. Foxy kitties, kitty foxes. It's cute. That's all that matters. So yeah, that would be cool. Do you drink with the Angry German Kid? Please do, and live stream it. I don't know the Angry German Kid. I mean, I think I know the video you're referring to. It's a very old video. It's from the very, very early days of YouTube, in fact. And yeah, I mean, that's a good example of a video that pretty much every German of my generation knows. We all grew up with that kind of stuff. The Angry German Kid, you know. Ich will Unreal Tournament spielen! Und solche Sachen, you know, stuff like that. Take sip of sugar-free Fritz Cola. That is what you wrote, actually. Just read it with one eye before. Yeah, I mean, Fritz Cola is pretty much, it's pretty dope. Definitely. Hashtag not sponsored. But I like it. It's a kitty. Cage match, Vlog Dave versus RHP. Who's RHP, though? Versus Angry German Kid Man. Come to Belfast. I would put you up. Thank you very much for the offer. Gonna keep that in mind. There are so many places in the world that I really want to visit and see at some point. Scotland, you know, Scandinavia, Japan, Australia, the US, of course, and many, many more. It's Ich will nicht, dass es lädt. Ach, Pascal, du bist schon ein Schatzhörer. Ach ja. Not yet sponsored by Fritz Cola. Working on that, Lil. If you have connections, you know, use them, of course. Why not? One time, I think, what was it, last year? Asperger. I can only repeat myself. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for that support. How about a Disneyland meet and greet in California? I wouldn't mind that at all. Never been to Disneyland? Never been to California? So maybe? Yeah. You know, gotta be honest, like real talk with you guys. Once that once that is away, I'm basically free of debt, and that would definitely allow me to travel, I think, up upon that point, because, yeah. I mean, you know, as far as I know, it's not, you know, the cost of hotels necessarily, but it's usually, for instance, when you want to fly to, for instance, I think it's Japan, the flight itself is really pricey as well. Comparatively steep, so but I would really like to do that. Yeah, as I said before, I don't intend to stop with the channel anytime soon, so especially also since I said, like, maybe at some point I might reach 100k subscribers with this channel, maybe not, who knows. I wouldn't mind, you know. It's weird to set up those goals to some degree, I feel. And I know, as I've said before, I'm well aware that it's quite difficult for a channel like mine because I'm doing niche content. But that would sort of be like a YouTube dream come true. But I can't complain. Like 7 years ago, pretty much almost exactly 7 years ago, when I started with this channel, I would have never imagined to have 1,000 subscribers, or even more than 1,000 subscribers. Never ever would have imagined that, and so it's already icing on the cake, to be honest, for me. So yeah. Then again, that being said, you know, having that YouTube 100k play button on my wall, I wouldn't mind that. Gotta be honest, I wouldn't mind that, but we'll see. Maybe it will happen at some point, maybe it won't. All I can say is that making videos is still as much fun as it was 7 years ago. And yeah. California. Only if Schwarzenegger attends. Schwarzenegger. Get to the chopper. Put that cookie down. Put that cookie down. Can't imitate that all too well. But yeah, Arnie is cool. All the love in the world for Arnold Schwarzenegger. Or as the Germans might say, or Austrians as well, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I think maybe, maybe it's just me, but maybe you can relate, but I think there are some people out there, like some celebrities, for instance, that one simply cannot dislike for how likable they are, for how many charitable things they do, for how well they treat others. And among, the likes of Dave Grohl, Keanu Reeves, Who else? Many more. I think Arnold Schwarzenegger is one of them as well. You can't really dislike them, I don't think. They're just some really likable people out there. So, yeah. Getting really gray, my beard. I'm getting old, guys. Sad but true. No, I actually can cope with that quite well, to be honest, getting older. But what can you do? It's the course of time.
Uh-huh.
you know, Dankeschön, as we say in German. Vielen Dank. Can you also say thanks a bunch in English? Like as a slang phrase? Thanks a bunch? Is that common? Or did I just make that up? Thanks a bunch. Because honestly speaking, I'm looking for more ways to express gratitude. Because sometimes I feel like, I keep saying thank you, and I mean that every single time, of course I do, but it means it, or like sometimes it appears to be, or it seems to me that it's not as sufficient or as expressive. Just default on the student loan. We will all support you. Thank you very much, but yeah, no. No to thanks a bunch. I don't know how I came up with that. Thanks a bunch. Have I ever heard someone saying that or something? Or maybe I'm confusing things. I guess thanks a bunch is common. Thanks a lot. And what I also learned, I think was it even from you, Laurelie? Miss Clarissa, that is. I also found really interesting and still find interesting is, including a certain expression of surprise, which is like, this why, thank you, why, hello. This is this why at the beginning of that. Why, thank you, why, hello. That is something that before making this channel and starting with this channel, I had never heard as a German. That was new to me. And it's still interesting. Like, I still couldn't get around. Eric. You guys.
Uh-huh.
Whew. Mm-hmm. WOW. Sounds like an ode, you know. WOW. Wie grün sind deine Blätter? No, honestly, why is sarcastic? Oh yes, we actually made a video including that, right? Why thank you? Why thank you? But I mean, I like it. Don't get me wrong, I like it. But it's interesting because I had like English lessons from class 5 to class 13, like 8 years, at the gymnasium, at grammar school. And I learned a lot of things there. And when it comes to German schools teaching English, it's pretty much almost always British English, by the way. But I can't recall having learned that why phrase or expression, sorry. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Rachel, by the way, don't want to miss Kuronier. Thanks, Dave, for all the Rammstein videos. Cheers. Wait a moment. Thank you very much, Kuronier. That's a cool name, by the way. Has a nice ring to it. Kuronier. Sounds like Boromir, like from the Lord of the Rings. A little bit. Kuronier. Kurushi. I definitely need some new mead at some point in the future. By the way, mead is honey wine, in case you're wondering what I'm drinking here. So, I have lots of single malt Scottish whiskey. Ah. By the way, is it always Scotch or is it Scottish? Like, do both versions exist or is it always Scotch? I'm saying that in the UK. Okay. We say thanks a lot. Yeah, that why thank you video. Why is that? Do you have cannabis dispensaries in Germany yet, or are you still in the primitive age? We don't have them yet. The current government, Die Ampel, the traffic light coalition, they intend to legalize weed in Germany, which isn't legalized yet, by the way. Like, it's an interesting situation because as far as I know, I could be wrong, but as far as I know, it's illegal to consume it, but I think it's the other way around. I think it is. It's legal to consume it, but it's illegal to buy it, or to get it, to own it. I think that's the way it is right now, and that's the way it has been in Germany for many years and maybe even decades. But I think from what I know, they intend to legalize cannabis in Germany for the first time ever. And they want to have some dispensaries, for instance, certain medical stores, pharmacies selling clean cannabis in the future, as far as I know. At least that's what I've heard. but I don't know. Not always sarcastic. Okay. You can switch to the light. No, it's not whiskey. It's mead. It's honey wine. I love mead. Der Honigwein or der Mead. It's in German, and it's not as strong, to be honest. 11%. Yeah. 11 volumes. So not as much, but I just love it. It's really mild, which I love actually, and I love honey. Has a great flavor to it, and yeah. I actually began drinking mead because of Get Germanized, because of Vuko. Because he actually introduced me to that. I had known that like about mead before, but I hadn't really drunk. I hadn't really drunk that that before in my life. But he actually introduced me to that, and for instance, when we went to festivals like Rock am Ring and stuff, we always drank that. And when we meet, for instance, we usually drink mead. And I sort of fell in love with that, to be honest. It's really, really tasty. Don't wanna, promote starting to drink alcohol, of course, or taking drugs in any way, shape, or form, but yeah. It's Elvish for Saruman. Okay. Interesting. Learning something new every day. Justine, putting Y in front of a statement is a regional thing, but can also be used jokingly or sarcastically as a reference to an older or proper way of speaking. Oh, you mean like a posh way of speaking? Like, I think what we learned back in school in Germany was in English classes, something like, "Would you mind my opening the window, please?" Or something like, "Would you mind my opening the window?" That is a phrase that I can recall when it comes to, more like a posh type of language. I don't know. But I guess it's quite British as well. Opening the window. By the way, when I'm imitating certain, accents or something like that, I don't mean that in a mocking way ever. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes it's just fun to, or it just comes naturally. I can't help it. But I don't mean that in a mocking way, shape, or form at all. Don't worry. Prost, cheers, salut. We usually say scotch. Normally, okay. Hard liquor will rot your brain after 70 years. Bong break. Lots of advocates for legalized cannabis, like from Culture Candela, that is, yeah. Yeah, I could very well see them advocating for that. Nothing against Culture Candela, of course, but I could definitely see them that they would enjoy that. They're the type of band or the type of, artist that I had to... I wouldn't be surprised if they enjoyed that. Let me put it this way. Wow, Jim, hi. Long time no see. Wow. The old Vlog Day fam is coming together here. Wow. Hi. Honored to be a small part of the Vlog Dave community. Thanks, Dave. Honored to have you in this community. And, of course, eternal thanks for that contribution and that generous support. Thank you very, very much, Jim. That is highly appreciated. Thank you. Hope you are doing well and great and everything. And yeah. I can't donate with your site. It says it fails. Don't like PayPal. Ah. That's strange. I'm thinking of a workaround, but I think does like Super Chat have to be connected to PayPal necessarily? I don't know, to be honest. I think mine is connected to PayPal when I'm donating stuff to others. I think it also is connected to my PayPal, yeah. But I don't know if there's another option, to be honest. Sarek. But thanks for letting me know. Well, tell me if you have weed dispensaries or not, because if you don't, I'm not going to visit Germany until you do. Thank you, Chencho. Sweet wine. Yes, it is. Vuko gotcha hooked on meat. He definitely did, yeah. By the way, I'm meeting Vuko next month, once again. Saw him last weekend at a... Oh, what's that in English, actually? Der Junggesellenabschied. I don't know. Let me check real quick. It's a bachelor party? Junggesellenabschied. A stag night or a stag party. Never heard of that term. A stag party. Yeah. That was a great weekend, by the way, that we had last weekend. With Nurgle. Some of you guys might also know Nurgle from older Get Germanized videos, especially. He's a good friend, a mutual friend of ours, and we actually teamed up with other friends. Of course, all tested, you know, of course, all according to the pandemic rules, if you will, to make sure that everything is as safe as possible. And we had a great day. We went to a distillery, and we had a tour there, and then we went to a what was it? It was like a what was it called, actually? Like an American type of restaurant with ribs and, you know, chicken wings and that kind of stuff. Like a really Western type of restaurant. That was awesome as well. And then we actually had an Airbnb, which was an old cottage. That was also really cool. Just in general, that was a great weekend. And I'm really looking forward to meeting Vuko again next month. And also, we haven't really done a stream together in a long time. Maybe we can do that at some point as well. So yeah. And we haven't really filmed a video together in a long time, which is no reflection on Vuko, of course. And neither is it a reflection of him to me, you know, or about me. It just didn't happen, you know. We both have stuff to do, and but I'm always open for more collabs, of course, with Vuko, like Get Germanized, but of course also with other people, if it works, if it fits. So yeah, I've known Vuko for 7 years now as well, to be honest. I think, yeah, 7 years. It's crazy. Crazy. I started this channel when I was 23 years old. And I'm 30 now. Whew, time flies. Germany, there's I can do. American. I'm American, so why would be more southern, and it would have been used in the 20s, 30s, etc. regularly, but you might hear it in the US with a polite southern twang. Okay. Thanks for telling me, Justine. Thanks for sharing that. That's interesting. Didn't know that. I will just stick with the snacks. Here, meat's great. Yes, it is. I was just using my Visa. Ah. Collaboration with Vuko? Yes. At some point, we definitely will collaborate. Nothing planned at the moment, but that doesn't mean anything because sometimes when we meet, actually, we might have spontaneous ideas or, maybe having a new Car of Thoughts episode at some point. He will also be a guest in my podcast, by the way, which is, as I've said before, it's called The German Podcast. A new episode gets published every Wednesday. And if you want to stay up to date and you want to listen to the latest episode, I would highly recommend, following my podcast on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, and or using podcasts apps. If you use podcast apps, you can follow them that there as well, because you might have noticed that I also upload the episodes to YouTube, but with quite a delay of several weeks actually by now. So if you really want to listen to episodes when they come out, when they are fresh out of the oven, so to speak, I highly recommend following my podcast on Spotify, Apple, and the like. And if you enjoy it, guys, if you want to support me doing the podcast, if you really enjoy that as a listening practice, for instance, because the podcast is called The German Podcast because it is for native speakers, but it's also meant as a listening practice for arguably more advanced learners, I think. But it might be fun for you. It might be helpful. I don't know. I hope so. I really enjoy doing that podcast, to be honest. I love it. And Vuko's also going to be a guest in the podcast at some point in the future. We actually talked about that, and I was a guest in his podcast, by the way, which is called Germany Podcasts. You can find that on his channel. Get Germanized. So yeah. I remember Nurgle. Nurgle is so cool. And he's gonna get married. Yep. And whose fault is it that he's gonna get married? Well, it's both Vuko's fault and my fault, because we actually introduced him to our mutual friend Ines. Ines is from my region, the Sauerland, and I pretty much introduced her to Vuko, and then our friendship, our friends communities merged in a way, and they got to know each other, and they fell in love with each other, and now they are getting married. Yes. And that's actually that will be the second time I was directly involved in creating a couple that gets married. And because before that happened the same way with my good friend Alex and his now wife Steffi, because they got to know each other through my YouTube channel, and which is my Let's Play channel, Dave Duran TV, the German Let's Play channel. and they got married last year. And that is, it's so fulfilling, to be honest, to be part of that and to be an integral part of that process. And it's an honor, to be honest. Even though you didn't really like directly plan it that way, of course, it just happened. I still was heavily involved and a big factor in making that possible in that sense. And it's interesting. It's really interesting. Yeah. So a stag party is the common term. Okay. I just looked that up. It's by the way, that's the German language once again. Der Junggesellenabschied. Commonly abbreviated JGA, der Junggesellenabschied, the stag party. But isn't a bachelor party the same thing, or is that something else? Is that even a common term, the bachelor party? I don't know. Honey is anti-inflammatory, so meat is good for you. Yes, it is, and it's very tasty as well. But I'm so I'm once again behind the regarding the chat, guys. Gonna catch up. Stag and hen do's are British. Americans call it bachelorette parties. Ah. Hey, that's my life. Yes, 7 years. It's incredible, isn't it? And I've known you for 7 years as well, Miss Clarissa. Which is the year of itchy powder. Ah. The flashbacks. The flashbacks. Yeah, I got pranked with itchy powder by Get Germanized a few years ago. Live on stream. It's available on my channel, by the way. I think you just have to type like Vlog Dave itchy powder prank. And then you can find it. Or if someone has the link, feel free to post it into the chat, of course. Yeah, that was an interesting experience, to say the least. Canadians call it a stag. Okay. Year of itchy. Yeah, right. Smuggle. Whoa. Where is it? Smuggle it in from anywhere, like I've been doing since 1972. Prefiero ir a la farmacia, pues. Please evolve before the resurrection. That's an interesting quote. Prefiero ir a la farmacia, pues. Was that kind of right? I don't know. Cover of Thoughts is cool. Yes, it is. I'm actually celebrating my 10th anniversary on YouTube in September. Wow. I started out with Let's Plays and crappily recorded and produced guitar covers at 14 years old. I don't think I've ever seen your really old videos, Pascal. Are they still online? Maybe I have to check them out because I'm curious. Yeah, but I also started 11 years ago with Let's Plays as well, and with a crappy headset, I have to say. But that was a great time. I mean, I also like what I'm doing now, of course, and it's been by far my most successful YouTube endeavor yet, the Vlog Dave channel. But you know, the very early days, it was a different YouTube scene back then. Back in like 2011, 2012, the whole YouTube scene in Germany was still, it wasn't really like totally small still, but it was comparatively small back in the day. And it was different. It definitely was different. Back in the early days of YouTube, actually, you had like these this 5-star rating system, which I always liked. Then they got rid of that. And back in the day, you had a lot of possibilities to really, you know, refurbish or individualize your channel the way it looks, you know. Header graphics and graphics on the left side of the screen, on the right side of the screen, on your main channel page, and that kind of stuff. You had a lot of individual freedom to really, yeah, pretty much create your very own distinctive channel page. And then over time, like I think in 2013, maybe around that time, 2013, 2014, at the latest, they got rid of that. Now you can only update your banner, like the header, basically. And that's it. And in a way, you know, sometimes I miss the old days, to be honest, when it comes to the old YouTube design and the old, the way YouTube was many years ago. Which, by the way, is not me complaining about stuff, but it was a cool time to be around, to be honest. Hasta luego, Dave. Nos vemos en el futuro. Muchas gracias. Wir sehen uns auch in der Zukunft. Ja. Thanks. And Chencho, if you're still watching, cheers. Thanks for your kind words. I wish I could reply in Spanish. I actually took Spanish lessons many years ago, but I forgot most of it. I'm sorry. But una cerveza, por favor. Of course. Ich hätte gerne ein Bier. I'd like a beer, please. That is in Spanish. Remember that. And what I also remember is that Panza is der Bierbauch, the beer belly, Panza. Which is interesting because the Spanish Panzer sort of reminds of the German der Panzer, which is the tank. Doesn't have anything in common, but, you know. Just wanted to put that out there. Random is random. Nerds getting married, yes. Hey Dave, been watching the live for about an hour while making vegetarian... What is it? Quiche. Ah, for dinner. Sarah, hi. Thanks for tuning in. And, of course, thanks for chatting as well. And enjoy your quiche. Isn't that supposed to be a secret? What's supposed to be a secret? That he's getting married? No, I don't think it's supposed to be a secret. Didn't say anything. It's all your fault. Yeah, it is. It is. So, in Eastern Ontario, Canada. You're a good matchmaker. That's the English term. Yeah. A matchmaker. I think in German, that would actually be der Verkuppler. The matchmaker. Der Verkuppler. Even though it's a highly colloquial term, der Verkuppler, the matchmaker. I think that comes closest. Was it? Oops. Sorry, your fault. Same thing, but okay. Stack UK, Bachelor US. In Australia, it's commonly called a bucks or hens party. Never heard of that. By the way, did I say hi to Stella? I don't think I have, so I'm really sorry. Hi, Stella. Thanks for tuning in. Old YouTube was less complicated, yes. My really old ones are nicht gelistet, but I can send you some. Feel free to. If you want to, feel free. I'm always curious about that kind of stuff. Sie werden so schnell erwachsen. Are always refers to it as bachelor party. Meant to say our family. Call it. Okay. Thanks, Dave. I will certainly enjoy the quiche. So, I'm gonna end the stream in a few minutes, guys, just so you know. So if you have questions, feel free to ask them. But I'm also gonna have another stream, probably in, I don't know exactly when, to be honest, but I intend to have one in April, definitely. Maybe... Yeah, maybe early or late April. I don't know for sure yet. I will let you guys know, of course, as always. But... I'm gonna let you know. But it was great to stream again, guys, honestly. It was really great to stream again. It's been a while. It's 11 p.m. in Germany by now, by the way. So it's yeah, it's not sleeping time because, you know, it's the weekend, but I'm slowly getting a bit tired, which has nothing to do with you guys, don't get me wrong. It's just me getting old. And me, you know, and it's been a long day. But a good one. Oh, Sarah, thank you very much. You guys, it's, and you girls, and everyone. It's thank you very, very much, Sarah. And thanks to everyone for chatting today. Thanks to everyone for tipping. That helps a whole lot. Especially right now, of course. What? Was bin ich sehend? What am I seeing? Asperger. Oh. Yeah. Am I seeing that correctly? Is that 9999? This is I mean, the same to you. Schlaf gut. Schlaf gut means sleep well, and that is what Asperger actually wrote. And I'm saying the same to you guys. Schlaft gut. Sleep well. Maybe, it's just morning for you guys, or noon at the latest, I could imagine. Or like maybe even afternoon. Maybe for some of you it's even evening. But for me in Germany, it's pretty much, 11 p.m., as I said before. 7 past 11. And, wow. What a stream. What a stream. You guys. Oh. From the bottom of my German heart, I don't know what to say, to be honest. It's thank you wholeheartedly. Thank you with every fiber that I have. Thank you with everything I got. Thank you with just thank you all so very much for, of course, for the support, for tipping, but also for everyone, or to everyone who are who have chatted in the stream today with me. I always enjoy that, that direct interaction. As I said before, it's always cool to exchange not just opinions, but to exchange cultural things, to get to know you guys better through this, and to just to, how should I put it? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, just in general, just to get to know my community, to get to know you guys, because it might sound pathetic to say, but even though, when it comes to YouTube and being a creator, oftentimes it's about numbers. When you have, I have the YouTube Studio app, for instance, where I see, subscribers and views and all that kind of statistical stuff, which of course is interesting. But at the end of the day, that doesn't mean shit compared to having a community that is there, that is legitimately interested in what you do, that is watching your videos, that is sharing the videos, that is expressing that they like something. That is nothing that you can force, or that you can, it's something you can wish for, but it's not necessarily something that everyone has the chance of having, if that makes sense. It's not something that everyone has. And from this, not just from this stream, but from all the 7 years almost of this channel, and all the great memories that I've gathered in those 7 years up until now, I would wish that upon everyone, every creator out there, small, big, doesn't matter, because it truly is, it makes a difference. There are lots of people out there who, do great stuff, and, I don't want to include myself here, of course, but people that really do, great videos about, helpful videos about stuff, that have a hard time to really get noticed because of the algorithm, because of other factors. So I'm extremely grateful for this whole thing, including you guys, especially you guys, And honestly, I don't know what what I would be doing creatively, if that makes sense, or, if I hadn't started this channel. I don't know if I would have been as creative over the years. I don't know if I would have been, or if I had been as I would have been interested in other cultures, but I wouldn't have such a direct connection to other cultures and cultural aspects the way I have it through this channel and through you guys. And it just keeps blowing my mind. It really does. So, once again, a lengthy statement, I know, but thank you. Yeah, there's not much else I can add, to be honest. So, thank you very much, everyone. This was a phenomenal stream. Not just because of the tips, of course. I would be lying if I said it, if I said it didn't matter. It does matter, of course. But also because of you guys. Just hanging out and taking the time to do that. Because I know that, we all live busy lives and we all have lots of things to do each day. And just, taking the time, even if, if you do something else and you have the stream running in the background, which is totally fine, of course. That's so cool. It really is. So, thank you. Thank you so very much. As I've said before, the next stream is gonna take place in April, most probably. Maybe early April, around the time of my, anniversary day. Or in late April, as far as I know, as far as I'm concerned, regarding, free dates for that and stuff. But I'm gonna let you guys know. So keep an eye out on social media and on the community page. I usually post stream announcements on my YouTube community page as well. And yeah, maybe I actually should also make little announcement videos again on YouTube. Maybe that's a good idea. So we'll see. Once again, have a great weekend. Stay healthy. Stay safe, everyone. And yeah, all the best to you from Germany, of course. From this honored German guy that's doing random videos on the interwebs. And apparently some people seem to like them. Gute Nacht, schlaft gut, which means good night, sleep well, or have a nice day. Have a great day, have a great weekend, and really looking forward to seeing you guys again in the chat and to answer your questions and, to express my gratitude. So thank you all so very much. It's hard to find an ending to this, to be honest. Sometimes it is. This is one of those times. But I don't want to repeat myself, even though I do, I know, but yeah. Okay, so see you next time, everyone. Thanks extremely much. Not a proper expression, but I don't mind, because it is appropriate in this in this case. Bye, guys. Or as I like to say in my videos, how do I actually, you know, it's such an automatic thing to say that it's interesting to say that willingly though, or consciously. Thanks for watching. I'm your Vlog Dave. Tschüss und bis